Hey scrapbookers and crafters, this is Michele Sizemore. I'm a Creative Memories advisor, and today you'll learn how to make this 2-page layout using our new Creative Memories banner flag punch. I'm going to set this aside, and this is everything that I used to make the project. I have this in a Power Simple sleeve, which you can get from Creative Memories, and I'm going to pull everything out. I just pulled out my scraps of paper to teach with. There's a red cardstock. And this is a paper from an older patriotic collection. I cannot remember the name, but you could use any red, white, and blue paper that's just got a little small design to it. And I thought this design was perfect because it's just a little intricate strip that I used. I used white sticker letters. This would be my pretend photo, and some white cardstock, some more red and blue cardstock. And this paper right here, it's like a light blue with sort of a cloud effect to it, a slight texture. And this is from the Hydrangea Haven Creative Memories collection. You could also use like a light blue cardstock or another light blue paper, but I love paper that has a slight texture to it. Okay, I'm going to get started with making the flag banners. I'm just going to show you how to punch out a couple of them for teaching purposes. You want to open up your punch like that, and then you just place it in here and punch, and move it and punch. And I'm going to do a couple of red. I always try to use up my scraps first. Okay, so that's how that works. And then to get this look with this plaid paper, I'm going to use my 12-inch trimmer with Creative Memories. And I want about 1/4 of an inch. It doesn't have to be exact, but that's what I thought looked the best. To get 1/4 of an inch, I line my paper up with the edge of this matte strip. The right side edge is my sight line. So I'm going to line it up there. And I'm going to use this side because it's got some more blue in it. Okay, and then you just want to make sure it's straight all the way at the top and straight all the way down. And you're going to get a skinny little strip. Okay, now what I would do with my little skinny strip, I'm going to grab a silicone mat and a repositionable tape runner. Oh, here it is. So I want to put a little bit of repositional tape runner on the back of this, and then let's do it on the red so you can see it better, and then just place it on the top of my little banners. I'll do some more. You could do a whole strip. I'm just doing a few to show you. And let's do it on white because it's easier to see. And you just get them almost right next to each other. You can separate them as much as you want, but I did it about like that. And then you would just carry it out to do a whole, to spell everything you want to spell. And I chose God Bless America. Okay, and I added my sticker letters to the front. And I'm just going to choose a random letter that I have. These fit nicely, so I would just do that at the top, and that is the way to make that banner. And then once you make it, you can kind of angle it up to make it look like it's strung by strings or ribbon. And I just drew some little pencil ribbon there to make it look like it's tied up there. And then I just matted all of my photos in white. Let's get this back here, because I thought it made it look nice with the light blue. It just gave it a little bit of white edge to kind of make it pop off the page a little bit. So if I were working with a 4x6 photo, and I'm going to do a pretend photo, and I'm going to move this aside now so I won't put my trimmer on top of it. So I'm just going to cut this to 4 by 6 as if it was a photo. I'm lining it up at the 4 mark now. So that would be like a 4 by 6 photo. To get my mat, I always like my mats to be about 1/4 of an inch bigger than my photos. That is completely up to you. If you want a fatter mat, that is just fine. But I'm going to cut this to 6 1/4 inches. So it's lined up there, lined up at the top, by 4 1/4 inches. So I'm going to turn it one way to the left and line it up at 4 1/4. And that should be the perfect size to mat my photo. And it is. And I would just put a little bit of tape runner at every corner and line it up. And I know this is white, so it's kind of hard to see with this background, so I'll hold it up in just a moment. Okay, so that would be my 6 by 4 photo with a mat. And I would move this just a tad. I got it a little too wide at the bottom, but that's okay. You can move things around. All right, so that's how I would do that. And then to get this little journal box, I'm going to grab a piece of ruled paper. Give me 1 sec to do that. Okay. I have my stash of ruled paper. I'm going to show you how I organize my cardstock. I have these Power Project folders, and I put the bigger pieces in here, the little small pieces in these pockets, and there's vertical pockets. And these are just a great holding place for all your like strips of cardstock that are in multiple sizes and pieces. And also, I put all my collections in here, like my die cuts, my stickers on the back, my papers in here, embellishments. I love these Power Project folders. So I'm going to pull out a size that's close to the size I need, because I want to use up my scraps first. I don't know that I have one, so these are all too small. So I'm going to just scrap, here's one. This is perfect. Okay, so I said on here that I cut the ruled paper to 4 inches by 3 inches, and that was 4 inches wide by 3 inches tall. So I'm going to line it up at the 4. And actually, I want to cut that off and get a good clean edge, because that's got some writing on it. Okay, so I'm going to line it up at the 4. So, 4 inches horizontal. And I'm so sorry, but I need to get a good straight side. Okay, now 4 inches horizontal. It's going to work this time. And then I'm going to flip it one way to the left and line it up at the 3 and make it 3 inches tall. So this is my little journal box, and I would put that here. And then I would make my mat about 1/4 of an inch bigger, so it would be 4 1/4 by 3 1/4, and I would cut that the same way that I cut my photo mats. So it's a really easy page to make. And I do want to say, at the time of this video, we have sold out of this collection. It was called American Blast. I do have a good bit of it in my personal inventory, and I'll put my email address at the end of in the description box below. So if you need some of that, you'll know how to reach me. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed that video.